most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
We are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Now, we just showed you a video on whether or not your headache is coming from your neck.
Mm-hmm.
If it is, we're going to show you top 7 exercises for neck pain and headache, or neck headaches, whatever you want to refer to.
The headaches are from the neck, typically the upper neck.
Yeah, and it's called a cervicogenic headache, meaning cervical meaning neck.
That's where.
And genic meaning that's where the origin is.
Yep.
So it's caused by the nerves, the bones, or the muscles in your neck. I'm not going to get any more in detail than that. But you feel in your head, but it's coming from the neck.
Right.
It's referred. So we got 7 exercises. Pick 1 or 2 that are helpful, and you can perform these as much as 6 to 8 times a day.
Right.
And that's where you're going to have more success. And luckily, a lot of these you can do, through your work day if you sit in a chair even.
Right. You don't have to have a special seat or go off into some unusual
Brad,
position.
why don't you show chin tucks from the side there,
Sure.
and I'll show from the front there. So the first one is, as Brad and I have mentioned a few million times throughout our video life here, we're going to start with a chin tuck. And I've had people that use these alone, and it took away their headache.
Yeah, me too.
So basically, you're going to tuck your chin in. You're moving your head back. Brad's going to be able to show
But
up
wait,
better.
Bob, we have to make sure it's
yeah.
a firm chair, upright backrest, armrests are optional. Scoot your bottom back in, shoulders back, and get good posture before you start this. And then tuck in. So it's not down like this. It's a common mistake. Or
Up like
up.
that, yeah.
It's straight back.
Now, Brad's got pretty good motion there already. You may find that you have very little, and that's why you're having headaches. So, if you only have a slight bit of motion, slight bit of translation, start with that little movement, and you can actually add some overpressure, right? And that's number 2. This is the second exercise. You can actually take your fingers, or you can take the web of your hand and thumb and push it back like that. Now, with this case, Brad, quite often what helps with headaches is actually to hold it for 30 to 45 seconds and let that pressure on. And if the pain gets worse, obviously you stop it.
Right.
And if it doesn't get worse, you can actually do that for up to 2 minutes, Brad. You can actually hold it for 2 minutes.
You'll know because it's going to continue to feel good.
It's going to feel good. Like, that's what I've been looking for.
All right. So again, you're not going to go in right away and push really hard on this. You start out gentle and see how it responds. If it feels better as you put more pressure on it, then you can go a little more.
Now, another thing quite often that we find, and when we try to determine whether or not your headache is coming from the neck, we actually had you do a test where you see what your rotation is like. And quite often, a limitation in rotation can cause pain in the neck. So let's say I want to figure out which way. I'm going to try this way. Let's say I'm limited to the right. I can go normal to the left, but to the right I start, it hurts even when I go that direction. Well, all you're going to do is take a towel, and ideally you use one with selvage on it, and that's woven material on the end.
The edge of the towel.
The edge of the towel.
They all have it.
So
unless it's a torn one.
And you're going to try to get up fairly high on the neck,
Yep.
right in the suboccipital area, or what we call right at the base of the skull. Yep. And this one, you should really have a longer towel, Brad, than this.
Yeah, that's a little short.
This one's a little short. But what I would do is I bring the towel edge up to my eyes almost. They start at the base of my head, at the base of my neck, I mean the base of my skull, but they move up, and because that's the orientation of the vertebrae.
Sure.
So I'm going to switch hands here, actually. I'm going to take and grab with this hand, and the other hand grabs the other side, and that gets pulled down. Okay?
I'm doing the towel roll.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work as good, but
You
sometimes it
can
helps.
try that too. Yep. And then you're gonna, you don't want to make sure the shoulders go with you. It's just you're gonna bring it across like this. It's going across the cheek, up to the eyes, And you're gonna. This should be, by the way, completely pain-free. If this makes your pain worse, you're not gonna do it. But quite often, what we find with this support, that it feels better,
Yep.
and you're able to actually move without the pain. So this arm is pulling down. It's not pulling across. It's pulling down, and this one's
Yeah. Up
Pull
high,
across.
if you go below your chin, you just choke yourself. So
Yeah.
it's not a good idea.
You can actually have someone give you a little extra push
Oh, I
too.
thought you want to do a high five.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
that may be too advanced for you. I mean,
Yeah, that person may not be
yeah, know what to
in tune
do.
with it.
So give that a try. You'd go the opposite direction. You'd switch your hands
Yeah.
and go that way. I don't want to do it because I'm gonna hit my mic, but you can give that a shot too. So 5 to 10 repetitions. See how it feels. If it feels all right, you can keep doing this throughout the day also, 6 to 8 times a day. All right. Next one is sometimes you have tightness in there, so maybe a little bit of flexion with overpressure. So you take both hands, the back upper part of your head, and usually just your fingertips, and gently pull forward like this. I'm not always a big fan of this one, Brad, but
So yeah, sometimes
Mackenzie did mention this one,
Yeah.
so
you could try it. If it makes things worse, we definitely stop.
stop right away. Right, that's the key on that one. Now, another way to do flexion, we're on number 5, I think, Brad, is you can actually take your fist. I like to put it upside down like this, the thumb pointing towards the floor, and you can put it under your chin, and you can pull forward that way. And you got to do it gently because you can actually get quite a bit of leverage that way.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually, but that's a different way to give a little more stretch.
Yeah.
That's a mulligan technique.
Your fist is actually between your jawbone and right on the top of the sternum where you have that little hollow spot. It's just a leverage point so that you're actually putting a little bit of traction on that part, stretching it.
Brad, if you want to flip and face this way and show how you can do circular massages and spleen massage.
Yeah, I'm going to take my mic off. So
Okay,
It's just where. All right.
I'll talk here. So what Brad's doing is you do first circles right where the neck meets the skull, and this really can quite often find the side that's a lot more painful. But it's amazing on this how you can really decrease the pain levels and decrease the stress in the neck and the muscles by doing just some simple self massage. You want to do kind of a spleen one too, Brad? Yep. So he's puts the fingers together and he pulls them apart. And you kind of do this one too, Brad, where you do it on the neck too, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Down lower.
Down lower, yeah. He'd pull it like yeah.
I don't know if everybody's hearing me or not.
Yeah, people are probably not hearing it, but just experiment around with it. You can't hurt things. you just go ahead and give it a try and see if it feels better. The last one is just a different way of doing the chin tucks. I actually take 2 tennis balls and put them in a sock like this, and
Then throw it away?
then I throw it away. Brad, you don't mind moving a little bit?
Oh, no.
And
Let's get out of the way.
so you put it right in that suboccipital area again, and you can actually roll it a little bit. It actually works pretty good, Brad. You can do a little
I
massage
believe
in
you.
there, and then you can do it so chin tucks.
Yep.
Chin tucks while you're on it. But
So-
it feels good to roll on it, Brad. I'm surprised.
You could try. Bob, you act like you never did it before.
I did. It's the first time I've done it. But it actually feels quite good.
Yeah, so the balls are close together.
Yeah.
Sometimes on a bed it's too soft. You may have to do it like on a carpeted floor.
Sure.
It works out a little
Yeah,
better.
I agree 100%, Brad. So that's 7 things, 7 exercises. Give the ones a try that if they are helping,
Right.
and you continue to do them again as much as 6 to 8 times a day. I knew a girl that actually worked for me who would do the chin tucks in the car. I think that's safe to do. You can
Oh,
do
yeah.
a chin tuck,
Yeah.
and she'd do them on the way to work, and she wouldn't have headaches.
Sure.
So
I had someone at a talk I was giving to about 30 people, and I talked about just getting rid of the headaches, and I had her come up, and I said, try this, and I was kind of rolling the dice.
yeah, you were rolling the dice.
And it worked, man. She said, "Oh, my head feels so much better." And she was saying-
Heal.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
By the way, if this video is a part of a series of videos on neck pain, so if you want to see the rest of the series, go to bobandbrad.com, go to the program section,
Oh, yes.
and look for neck pain. And we got a whole series of videos, like 30 videos. We're uploading them now, so they might not all be there yet.
Right.
And you can just watch the ones that pertain to you.
Right. Just pick the right title. They're about 10 minutes long. And the big benefit that I don't think anybody else does this is we provide a printout, PDF printout on paper of a preview or a review of the whole video with exercises on there. So you will have it for your memory.
And how much do we charge them, Brad?
Well, Bob, we do ask for a smile.
Yeah, that's right. With
No,
zero.
It's all free.
It's all free. We don't even ask for an email.
That's right.
This is from our heart to yours.
Wow, Bob.
I don't know. How's that sound?
Valentine's is coming up. You
Yeah,
must
that's-
be getting ready to talk to your wife that way.
That's right. I'm practicing.